You think too much. Even when there's nothing left to think about, your mind doesn't slow down. Keep spinning, digging into things that don't need to be solved. You walk into a room and replay something you said a week ago. You stare at the ceiling at night, wondering if you missed a signal, a detail, a mistake. This isn't just thinking. This is spiraling. People tell you to relax or let it go, like it's a button you can press. But your brain doesn't have a pause button. It has gears, layers, loops. One thought turns into 10. Those 10 multiply. Suddenly, you're drowning in conversations that never happened and regrets that never existed. You replay fake arguments. You rehearse future rejections. You live through heartbreaks that haven't even arrived yet. You tell yourself you're preparing. But really, you're just tired. Tired from surviving battles inside your own head. Because no one teaches you this survival as your body can feel fine. But your mind is dragging. Overthinking is like running a race with no finish line. No matter how much you sleep, you wake up more tired than when you went to bed. It's not your body that's exhausted. It's the constant buzzing in your head, the replay button that never stops, the endless analysis of things that don't even matter in the grand scheme of life. You don't just think about what happened. You think about what could have happened, what might happen, what will probably never happen but feels real enough to keep you awake at 3 in the morning. A small look from someone, a 2-second pause in a conversation, a message left on read, you give it all meaning it never asked for. Your mind turns ordinary moments into puzzles, and you feel like you have to solve them all before you can rest. But there's no answer key. So you keep running in circles, trying to find closure in situations that don't need one. And the worst part? You know it's happening. You know you're overthinking, but you can't stop. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Your energy doesn't come from real rest anymore. It comes from distraction. Music, scrolling endlessly on your phone, eating when you're not hungry, talking just to fill the silence. Anything that can pull you out of your own head for a little while. But it never lasts. As soon as things get quiet again, the thoughts return, louder than before, as if they've been waiting for the silence to have you all to themselves. You smile out of habit, because it's easier than explaining why you look tired or lost. People ask if you're okay, and you nod because how do you tell them the truth? How do you explain that your mind never shuts up? That you've spent half the day wondering if someone was upset with you because they used a period instead of an exclamation mark in their text? It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, so you keep it inside. But your brain is always scanning. Did they look at you weird? Did you sound insecure? Are they annoyed with you? Did you overshare? Did you seem too distant? You tell yourself not to care, but your mind doesn't listen. It never listens. And that's the thing people don't get. You can be surrounded by friends, smiling, laughing, looking like you belong. But in your head, there's always a voice whispering that maybe you said something wrong. That maybe they don't really like you. That maybe you don't even deserve to be there at all. Overthinking is invisible. It doesn't show up on your face the way exhaustion or anger or sadness might. But inside, it's deafening. So loud that sometimes it feels like the world outside is just background noise compared to the chaos in your mind. Even when you're doing nothing, you're doing everything internally. Replaying old moments, imagining future ones, editing conversations in your head like a writer trying to perfect a story no one else will ever read. People see a quiet, thoughtful person. They don't see the mental marathon you're running just to appear normal. And that's the secret part of overthinking. The energy it drains. The silence in which it hides. You're tired, but no one knows why. Because how do you tell someone that the loudest place you've ever been is inside your own mind? Kill. How to quiet the noise when the war is inside your mind. You reread texts. Not just once, but over and over. Looking for tone, for meaning, for signs you might have missed the first time. A period instead of an exclamation mark. A slightly delayed reply. A shorter sentence than usual. It all becomes evidence in a trial happening only in your head. You check if they've seen it. Then you wonder if they saw it too soon or too late, or if they're thinking about how you're thinking about them. You draft replies, delete them, rewrite them. Stare at the screen as if the words will somehow rearrange themselves into something perfect. Something that will keep you safe from judgment, from regret, from whatever invisible disaster you're always bracing for. You send it, then you reread what you sent, as if it might change now that it's out in the world. As if you can control what they feel when they read it. You rehearse conversations before they happen. After they happen, you imagine versions where you said something smarter, funnier, kinder. Versions where you didn't talk too much, or too little, where you didn't seem distant, where you weren't awkward, where you weren't you. You play both roles, switching voices in your head, trying to guess every possible outcome so you can feel prepared. Or maybe just so you can feel in control. And the strange part? Most of the time, nothing bad actually happened. There's nothing to fix. No real problem. Just a moment you keep spinning in your head until it frays into threads of what-ifs and maybes. Your brain is a projector, replaying the same scene until it becomes something bigger than it ever was. You remember things people forget. The way someone sighed in the middle of a sentence. The way their eyes shifted when they said they were fine. A half-smile that didn't quite reach their face. Phrases that no one else caught. You hold on to them not because you want to, but because your brain doesn't let things go. Keeps them like souvenirs, as if meaning will appear if you study them long enough. Overthinking isn't just a quirk. It isn't some cute personality trait people joke about when they can't pick a restaurant. It's a habit. An invisible one. It looks like stillness, like you're just staring off into space. But inside, it's a storm tearing through you. It looks like focus, like you're deep in thought about something important. But really, it's fear. Fear of misunderstanding someone. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of saying the wrong thing or not saying enough. Fear of being too much, too eager, too emotional. Fear of being cold, detached, unreadable. Fear of messing up. Fear of mattering too much to people who don't care enough, or not mattering at all to people who do. You think too much, and then you think about why you think too much. You wonder if there's a way to turn it off. If other people feel this way or if their heads are quieter, lighter, easier to live inside. You wonder if you're exhausting to be around, the same way you're exhausting to yourself. And still, you keep thinking. Because not thinking feels impossible. Because silence is never really silent for you. Because even when nothing's happening, everything is happening. Inside your own mind, you call it normal. Because it's been this way for so long. The constant noise, the endless loops, the moments replaying in your mind like a movie stuck on repeat. You tell yourself everyone must think like this, that it's just part of being human. But deep down, you know it isn't. You've seen the difference. You've watched other people let go of things that would have kept you awake all night. You've seen them laugh and then actually move on. You've seen them close their eyes and fall asleep in seconds while your brain still digs through the day like a detective searching for clues that don't exist. And you wonder how they do it. Sometimes you envy them. The people who forget. The ones who can shrug and actually mean it. The ones who don't obsess over the way someone said, fine, instead of good. The ones who can live lightly, talk freely, make mistakes and laugh them off. You look at them and think they must have been taught a skill you missed. A secret code for peace of mind. But maybe this isn't something to fight. Maybe the overthinking comes from care. From empathy, from depth. Maybe it's not a flaw but a side effect of feeling everything so deeply, of noticing what others miss, of wanting to understand the world and the people in it completely. You care too much. You feel too much. You want to make sense of everything, hold it all together, make sure nothing slips through the cracks. That's not weakness. That's awareness. But even so, you deserve peace. You deserve to breathe without explaining why you need to. You deserve a moment where nothing has to be solved, where you're not rewriting conversations in your head, where the silence doesn't feel like a threat. You deserve to pause even if the world doesn't. Maybe peace isn't about shutting the thoughts off. Maybe it's about changing how you hold them, because the harder you fight, the louder they get. The more you try to stop them, the more they push back. So maybe tonight, when the thoughts come like they always do, don't fight. Don't spiral. Just notice them. Watch them pass like cars on a road you're not crossing. Let them float by like clouds on a day where you don't have anywhere to be. You are not your thoughts. You never were. You're the space they pass through. The sky, not the weather. The container, not the noise inside it. They can come and go, twist and spin, but they don't define you. This doesn't mean you'll stop thinking too much overnight. It doesn't mean you won't replay moments or imagine conversations or analyze words until they lose their meaning. It just means you don't have to wrestle with them every time. You can let them pass without building a story around them. You can let them exist without letting them run your whole life. So maybe tonight you put the fight down. You let the thoughts come and you let them go. You give yourself permission to just be a person, sitting in the quiet, breathing in and out while the world keeps spinning. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't to think your way out. It's to stop, for once, and just breathe.